channel, please subscribe, hit that notification
No, you were supposed to do this for
It's
yourself.
Friday, January 17th. And make sure to hit the like button. Every like that we get on this video is one less math problem for Hallmark.
Yeah!
I told you to do it. He regrets it already.
Like this.
Oh, I thought you were promoting your own YouTube
No,
channel.
I was doing this channel.
Yeah!
He regrets having to do it.
All right.
No, I didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're working towards test day next Wednesday, which seems...
Hello.
We're working towards test day next Wednesday, which seems far away. Yeah. But it's only one class away. After today, we have class Tuesday, and then we got to take a test Wednesday. So here we are, review quiz 2, page 307. Here's your answers. Number 1, we did on the board yesterday. Your answer was 88. One math bonus point to who these two answers on the board we're talking about. Someone brought him H2O. He made an offering to God.
It's Abel.
Oh, what did you guys say?
Wait, I thought I heard somebody say David. It was David.
I thought I heard that.
Did David say David?
Yeah.
Ethan's sitting right next to you,
Yes, I did.
and he didn't even hear you.
I said David.
And Casey's right in front of you.
I said David.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're quiet. Dave. Number 2, you got 23.9. We did that yesterday. Number 3, A is less than -3. If you missed it, mark it. Figure out where you went wrong. Now's the time to do it. Game day's next Wednesday. Fix things in practice. Success on game day. Number 4, Z is less than or equal to 7. Number 5, B is greater than or equal to 1.5.
I got that one.
No. Number 6, 6x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 40. Therefore, x is, Ethan,
I had 7.
greater than or equal to 7. Number 7 looks like this. 5 times the sum of 4 and a number. How's that look, Mitch? I promise it's the last time I'll keep calling on you for distributed property. 5 times the sum of 4 and a number is greater than 10. So what'd you get when you solved that, Mitchell?
On the end, I'm not sure. Whatever.
No.
Your best guess.
That's what I did.
Oh, wait, actually, I think it was like X is.
Can't read your own writing?
20 plus 5.
Or wait, 5 is greater or equal to X.
Oh, no, I didn't do it that way.
All right. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times x, 5x, greater than 10. How do I get rid of the 20? Subtract 20 from both sides. 5x is greater than -10. Now stop right there. How many switch the sign because you subtracted from both sides? No! You only switch the sign if you multiply or divide by a negative number. So I subtracted 20 from both sides. Brett, how did I get -10? Because I was combining -20 with +10. Find the difference. 10. Use the sign of the larger one, which was the -20. Get rid of the 5 by dividing by +5. So x is greater than -2. Say amen if you got that. Amen. Yes. Number 8. How many more levels must you go through to beat your high score of 54,000? You have to go through at least 5 levels. At least 5. Ready to start? The quicker we get started, the less homework you have. Chapter review, page 308. You're doing page 308 today. We'll go over 308 Tuesday. We'll do 309 Tuesday, and you'll be ready to ace the test Wednesday, right? Winterstellar?
That's right.
308. Yep. 16 today, 18 Tuesday. I'll keep the video running, Johnny, Julia, and Sawyer for about 10 more minutes in case there's questions.
Give me my shirt back Tuesday.
Michael wants his shirt back Tuesday.
Because I gave it to him, he never gave it back.
Noah, I had to wear Noah's map.
The ladies send their love, Julia. I'm sure the ladies send their love to Johnny and Sawyer too, just a different kind of love.
Yeah, brotherly love. No,
Philo kind of love. Or agape love.
Noah gave me all my points.
What are you doing?
Not smoochy smoochy love. One way I know to get Mitchell's attention now. I said agape love, not smoochy smoochy.
No, I wasn't even trying to make it in here.
Whoa! This is not good preparation for a test. This is what teams do, and then they lose come game day because they're not focused on practice. We're talking about practice, not the game. We up here talking about practice.
Yeah, you totally.
You won last night?
He did.
Wait, who'd you play? Lisbon. What'd you win by?
11.
Wait, so normally 8th grade wins and you guys lose. Last night you won and they lost?
Well, they got killed.
How bad?
They did their.
Well, like
No, it's like
55 to
only
35.
55?
55 to like 35. It was 53, 35.
Alan Drummond.
Teams that we play that are good, the teams they play that are bad, the bad teams we play their yeah, except for Campbell's, teams we play that are bad, and then the teams are good, and then play good teams, and their teams are bad, except for Campbell's.
How many did you have last night? 6?
I had 14.
You have 6?
You did? No, I
got 5 assists on him.
I had 4, I had like,
You have 14?
I don't know how many steals I had.
I also had 9.
Did you
I had
really?
so many
2 threes?
I got a 3.
No threes?
He did. He never.
Like 6 left, and then probably like
Seth hit any threes?
no.
Seth was like, as soon as he missed it, Seth was like.
Brett get more than 2 rebounds?
I more than 2 rebounds. That's right. I didn't get a single rebound because the tallest kid is like 2 times.
All right, my next question. Did Gary take anybody out?
Oh, Johnny got taken out.
Oh, you tried to drop.
Johnny got
Faster than Toby Brown on the page.
Gary checked.
Gary?
Not this game, the last game. I made a kid get a text. Brett, do you remember that? Yeah, he said like good block. And then she goes, he got his face.
Kid got in your face?
I didn't even see it. Like, damn.
And then
Head up for me, Cam. Again, he got one. He doesn't know that. Yeah,
Not going for the ball.
no. I punched all day. There are. I don't know. And the rest didn't. They're like, you can't do anything.
Shh, we're not focused. There we go again. Ladies and gentlemen. Elise, how many do you have done, dear?
1.
Oh, Isaac, please don't distract. Conversation last night with a fellow ref. Here's his statement. Ready? There's no more fierce being than a middle school girls basketball player.
Oh, that's a funny one.
Why?
He said they're the most violent people on earth. Middle school girls basketball players.
Well, yeah, what do you think? Yeah, this chick tried to
We were just talking about that. We did a freshman.
I don't agree with that. Oh, yeah, like this, the Frank Johnson. I was hearing about outside with the ref didn't call anyone. And everybody went to
So you get mad at me for calling too many.
Frank, what about lacrosse? That's, yeah, somebody.
Do I like lacrosse? Yeah, I like I mean, he's kind of joking. He's just saying that the girls are kind of vicious to each other.
All they do is throw ball over here.
If you are not at least done with the first 5, you're way behind. Isaac, please stop distracting the ladies, Isaac.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nice haircut.
Thank you.
Call me on my phone already. Have you seen Jordan? What?
Uh-huh.
Have you seen? Yeah, I got transferred in the pencil case.
What is a set? Shh, shh, shh. Don't look at your book, Spence. Look at me. What is a set of all points in a plane that are the same distance from a fixed point called the center? Nope. Nope. What is, listen to the language. What is the set of all points in a plane, so some flat surface, that are the same distance from a fixed point called the center? So you've got this set on a plane. All these points are the same distance from a fixed point called the center. That's a circle. Number 2. You
Circle.
that fancy language in number 1 is describing what, Dina? No, that fancy. No, we just did it. Number 1. Circle. Dina. Number 1, that fancy language is describing a
Circumference. I don't know.
Dina. Circle. Back to the basketball analogy. Dina, line up. Let's run it again. Dina. Number 1, that fancy language is describing a. Thank you. So what is a circle, Dina? Dina, what's a circle? No, read it. No, read it. Dina, you're like the kid. We're practicing the out of bounds play, and we got to practice it 8 times because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. What's a circle, Dina? Number 2, you can approximate something with a decimal 3.14 or 22/7. The obvious answer is pi, right? That was easy as. What a piece of. We're doing a lot of idioms lately. Where'd that come from? Like, who came up with the idiom? That's a piece of cake. Like, who came up with that? Like, to describe something being easy. Ah, piece of cake. What? Where'd that come from?
Yeah. That's my favorite. I know, Bella.
3, 4, and 5.
I love it.
Hello. Strike 3, 4, and 5. Ethan, which one do you think goes with diameter? A, B, or C? The distance around the circle's diameter? B. Shh. The distance across a circle through the center. is the diameter. Has to go, please stop, other than a legitimate cough. The distance from one side of a circle to the other that goes through the center is a diameter. It's got to go through the center. Bonus question. I don't know if you've ever learned this before. What's that called?
Oh.
It's called a line.
There's
Oh, an elder wall.
Oh, I know what it's called.
Wait. I don't know.
Think music.
Chord.
Chord. C-H-O-R-D. It's called a chord. Very good. Next. I don't know. Why is that called green? Because that's what it's called.
I don't know.
It's not green.
It's not green.
What is it?
Aqua.
Next. Which one of those, David, matches circumference? A. Number 5. Jaden, which one of those is radius? Yeah, Jaden's paying attention. Number 6. If you're not done with number 6 yet, you're delinquent. You should have gotten negative 12. If you did not get negative 12, look, I'm going to have to print off those detention things, and I'll just like I do with the Recess Hitters Club, I just go write the name on the board. I'll just walk by your desk, put it on there. If you did not get negative 12 for number 6, I need to know. Okay.
I got positive 12.
Okay, why did you get positive 12? Because listen, dear, when you divided by negative 8, 96 divided by negative 8, when you divide a positive and a negative, your answer is? Negative.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get it right.
Okay. Did you divide by negative 8? When you combined, Noah, 6a and negative 14a, what'd you get?
Wait, I got negative 20.
Okay. Noah, back to the fundamentals.
Yeah.
When you are combining like terms, if the signs are the same, combine them together, use that sign. If the signs are different, find the...
Different.
Say that again, Noah.
Find the difference.
No, you got to say the whole thing. If the signs are different, find the difference. Say that.
If the signs are different, find the difference.
Say it again.
If the signs are different, find the difference.
And again.
If the signs are different, find the difference.
One more time.
If the signs are different, find the difference.
What's the sign attached to 6a?
Positive.
What's the sign attached to 14a?
Negative.
Are the signs different?
Yes.
What do you do if the signs are different?
Subtract.
Find the...
Different.
So 14 minus 6.
Would be...
You're not writing that down, Noah. 14 minus 6. What's the difference between 6 and 14?
Wait, 14 minus 6. Oh, 14 minus 6 is 8.
Okay, so now the difference is 8.
Yeah.
Use the sign of the larger absolute value. Which of those numbers was larger, 6 or 14?
14.
So use that sign, negative 8.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to read this set. Alright.
Have you ever heard of this idiom? Can't see the forest for the trees. Never heard of that one? Okay, that means this. Some of you aren't seeing the basics of algebra because you're seeing all these trees. So you're kind of getting confused because there's all this other information. Let me boil it down again. It really comes down to this. When you're solving the equation, whatever they've done to the letter, do the opposite, do it to both sides. And the other basic is this. When you're combining things, signs are the same, just combine them together, use that sign. Signs are different, find the difference. If you would just get those things down pat, you got over half the battle done with any problem you have. But your vision gets clouded. You're seeing all the individual trees instead of the forest. You can't see the forest for the trees. Now, does it make sense?
Yeah,
Not
I
really.
like it.
Are you over there counting on your fingers?
Just checking my fingers.
Yeah. Physical therapy. The doctor said you gotta do physical therapy. Sid the Kid's got a question. 14. Just in case, ladies and gentlemen,
Last night was 20 seconds.
just in case you're still not accustomed to or comfortable with the distributive property, 14 has two of them going on both sides of the equation. 5, I'm going to save time. I'm going to write 5m minus 45. I'm stopping there and see if you understand why I wrote that. Because I took 5 times m and then 5 times negative 9. That equals 13 minus 40
Okay.
minus 4m. Maybe that's where someone might get messed up. When I take on the right side of the equation of number 14, I got to take negative 4 and distribute it, Isaac, through the parentheses. Negative 4 times 10, negative 40. Negative 4 times m, negative 4m. So now I've cleared my equation of parentheses using distributive. Yes, ma'am.
Can you do number 13?
After this. So I got negative 4m over here. Sydney, do you want to put your m's on the right or the left? Me too, because that's going to make it positive, because I got a positive here, and I'm going to add 4m to get rid of it. These guys are gone now, right? Positive and negative. So I got 9m minus 45 equals, Noah,
Yeah.
I'm going to combine 13 and negative 40.
Uh-huh.
Signs are,
Different.
find the,
Different.
what's the difference between 40 and 13?
27.
What sign's larger?
The 40.
So is it negative or positive 27?
Negative.
Bingo.
Whoa!
Okay. Now, Sid, how do I get rid of this 45? Add to both sides. That's what eliminates it from here. So now I got 9m. Noah!
Yeah, what's up?
Since you started the day, this is your day, I got a negative 27 and a positive 45.
Mm-hmm.
Signs are,
Different.
so find the,
Different.
what's the difference between 45 and 27?
32. Or no. Wait. Not 30, wait.
The difference between
It's 45, right?
45 and 27.
Then 28? No.
You're getting closer.
27.
18.
18. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which sign's larger?
45.
So is it going to be positive or negative 18?
Positive. Oh.
M equals 2, right, Sid? 14 or 13? 13. Ah, fractions. How do we clear an equation of fractions? We multiply by the least common multiple. Before I do that, do you mind if I turn 3 1/8 into an improper fraction? What do you mean you don't care? I thought you wanted to know how to do it. Lauren, in other words, do you think we should do that?
Sure.
You sure?
I don't know.
Lauren, you asked the question. Obviously you care.
I don't know. You can.
All right. 5x plus 25 over 8 equals 5 over 24 minus 2. Wait, they got two different variables? Oh, that's a mess.
Hey, Lauren.
Okay.
Julian.
Lauren, I'm going to multiply everything by 24. Why? Because it's the least common multiple. So I've got
Oh, yeah.
120s plus 75 equals 5 minus 48s. Stop there. 24 times 5 is 120s. 24 over 1, I would cross cancel, and 3 times 25 is 75. 24 over 1, cross cancel 5. 24 times negative 2, negative 48s. I cleared the problem of fractions by multiplying everything by 24. Now I've got nice, crisp and clean whole numbers to work with. So I've got two S terms. One over here, one over there. Want them on the left?
Sure.
So what do I got to add to this side? How do I get rid of negative 48s? Noah, I'm combining 120 and 48. Signs are the same, so what do?
You just add.
So I got 168s plus 75 equals 5.
Oh.
You with me?
Yeah.
How do I get rid of the 75? I got 168s equals negative 70. Still with me?
Yeah. Oh, what number?
Yes.
How do I get rid of the 168?
You divide.
Divide. So at this point, you're getting a little anxious because things aren't working out so well as far as whole numbers. And you're getting a little anxious because it's going to be maybe a fraction. And you forget that fractions are numbers too, and you get all anxious about that. Fractions are real just as any other. So we've got S equals negative 70 over 168. We use our divisibility rules, and we keep breaking that down until we get to negative 5/12. I wouldn't expect you to be able to know that both of those are divisible by 14. That would be like really high order math, mental math skills.
I did that.
But you could divide them both by 2, 35 over 84. Then you could realize 7 from your math facts. You could realize 7 goes into both and get negative 5/12. You follow all that? 70 over 168. They're both even. You don't have a divisibility rule for 7 or 8. They're both even, which would get you down to 35 over 84. There's no rule for that either for 7, except Lauren knows her math facts pretty well. She knows 7 goes into both 35 and 84.
Yeah.
She's going to divide them both by 7 and get 5/12.
I know. I said she does.
Or she can find that she does.
Oh, be nice.
Zacchaeus, even with all the time missed, by the time next Wednesday gets here, you're all caught up. So you should be more focused than anyone. Okay.